What up, Dokkanners? The producer's letter presentation that we got a couple of days ago at the JP Live fan meetup has had a few questions attached to it. When are the updates going to be dropping? How exactly is it going to be implemented? The size reduction, how much is it going to be? Today's video, we're going to be mainly talking about the player rank cap increase because there are a few questions about this that I wanted to discuss here. Everything that we're going to be talking about here is going to be speculation. Nothing is concrete. Nothing is 100%. Thus is the essence of Dokkan. So you guys have been around long enough. You know how it works. We speculate and then we're ultimately wrong about 100% of the stuff that we talk about. But still, I want to talk about it because I have a few questions. When it comes to the player rank increase update, I love it. It doesn't, some might argue this is not content that we're getting, but it kind of is. And it just depends on the type of gamer that you are when it comes to this. Like, there are some people, when they play a game that they very much care about, they not only want to play the game, but they want to complete the game. So having a new level cap increase gives a lot of dedicated players the incentive to now go back in and do whatever it takes to increase that rank XP all the way up to 2000. If you've been around long enough, you know the time commitment that it takes to do this. I started playing the game September/October of 2018. I hit the level cap September 20th, 2022. Now, along the way, there were a few moments, few stretches where I wasn't doing a whole lot. When I started playing the game, I was absolutely going crazy on rank mode or quest mode. I was doing so much quest mode, not even for link leveling purposes, just by playing quest mode. I was doing it for the mere satisfaction of hitting those rank ups. It was so satisfying to do that. And back in the day when I was hitting those rank ups, they didn't have the thing where you were getting the residual rank XP or the residual bonus stamina. It was nothing like that. What I had was just a simple stamina refresh. That's all it was. But still, it was incredibly satisfying to do that. Plus, there were missions associated with it, all these different things. I loved doing that. And I did that so much that I was like rank 500 or 600 within the first few months, that when I started speaking to some content creators, people were shocked to find out that I'd only been playing the game for a couple of months. Kind of sad, I guess. I was no-lifing the game before it even really took off, but I loved it. It was so satisfying. It was so much fun for me. So I have been doing that quest, the rank push, for a while, but then for a little stretch, I stopped because I felt the effects sort of plateau. I was now focusing on trying to do content, and I didn't really care so much about the rank XP gains. I figured it would happen naturally. And I think from maybe between like year 5.5 to year 7, I didn't do much. Year 5 is when we had the link level update. That was when the first implementation of the link level system took place. And at the time, you had to manually go through the stages. It wasn't just a matter of clicking start and having it auto through. You had to manually press each time, get them to each panel, have them fight, and all that stuff. And it was incredibly taxing, incredibly tedious, incredibly boring, that I only maybe max link leveled 10 to 12 units, characters that I would see myself using more regularly. I didn't care to do it. And I still remember my first team was a Kamehameha team. It had the 5th anniversary LRs. It had the LR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. It had the Go Bros. It had STR UI Goku and one other unit I can't remember. But that was my first team that I max link leveled. I did a video on it. I hated it. It was so boring. It was driving me insane. So I stopped. Then when we got to the version Z update, 7th anniversary for JP, not yet 7th anniversary for global, but 2022 January, that is when everything changed, because that is when the auto link leveling started, where you can auto through stages and you don't have to do as much input, but you'll still get those link level progress. And that just created a whole new arc for me. So from January of 2022 all the way to September, I finished up whatever. I mean, I was just link leveling nonstop, but in the process, I maxed out my rank. And I don't remember what my rank was at the time when this started. It must have been probably around rank 900, but I finished the rest in about 9 months. For those of you who've done the rank grind, you know that going from rank 1 to rank like 900 is only half the journey. Every step, every level that you increase, the grind gets that much more demanding, meaning it takes more XP, more time, more effort to hit the next rank. So going from rank 1 to 900 is basically the equivalent of going from rank 901 to rank 999. 99 levels is the same as 900 levels. The point of this being, my first question, what is it going to look like when the rank level cap increases from 999 to 2000? Is that same sort of rank XP demand going to continue on for the next 1000 levels, or are they going to make some adjustments, right? Because like I said, from rank 1 to 900, it was about half. From 901 to 999 was about half. So does that mean that going from rank 1000 to rank 1045, is that going to take essentially the same amount of time that it took to go from rank 1 to 999? It's going to get pretty crazy. So that's going to be one thing that we have to find out. Another question, and this is the main one that I've seen people talk about, and this is the main reason why I'm making this video. People have been curious about this whole banking XP thing. Some people have been of the mindset that we should have our new rank be the equivalent of whatever rank we would be at with all of the XP that we've been gaining throughout after hitting 999. So I have been doing a ton of link leveling. In fact, I'm doing some link leveling right now, and my XP doesn't go up at all, but I am doing a ton of it. So with all of this banked up XP, is that all just going to result in a rank level up explosion when this update drops? And will my rank level catapult from 999 to like 1597? That's another question. And another one would be, are they going to adjust the proportions? Are they going to be adjusting the amount of XP that's going to be required as you scale upward? So let's go ahead and talk about this little data mine update, not update, but this little info dump that Ignidex, a data miner, has looked into. So shout out to Ignidex here. Let's go ahead and read through this and we'll talk about what this stuff means. Some of it is going to be very technical and might not make sense, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to understand some of the context here. So here we go. I dug into the client, and yes, Dokkan keeps counting your total account XP past 999. This game just clamps the displayed rank at 999, and your EXP bar has no next threshold to fill. So that makes sense, considering the game already kind of does something like this, where the displayed value is not equivalent to the actual value. And that example is the damage threshold, right? You guys have seen, I've seen some confusion on live streams because there's always newer players coming in. A recent example would be the Golden Frieza target focus effect phenomenon. That unit gets insane attack boosts for every hit received. And so when you take the Golden Frieza into the Gogeta clone event, you are going to be absorbing 30 plus attacks easily. And when we tried doing this on the live stream, on one of my streams, we were able to get to like 980 something million attack after absorbing like 36 hits. So, and I think Dokkan World and other people have hit over 1 billion. And apparently it's gotten so much so to the point that even the attack value is so high, it resets and it hits 0. That doesn't mean that Golden Frieza is going to do 0 damage. It just means Golden Frieza's attack was so high that was not able to be displayed. It was incalculable. Office reference. So that is one example. Another example is the damage threshold. If you use a nuking character and you're trying to, destroy an event, you do 99999 max damage. You're thinking, some of you are thinking, you're only doing that much damage. That sucks. They needed to let us do more. They do. It's just visually it doesn't show. So you will blow past the damage threshold and you'll still do the damage, but you won't see the exact number. And so with that already being a thing in the game, this already leads me to believe that this is very much a possibility. Key points from the code. Rank is table driven via rank statuses using cumulative EXP total, not a hard coded cap. Okay. The client's EXP pipeline keeps adding to your total EXP. At cap, there's simply no next row, so the UI stops progressing while your counter keeps increasing. So this is kind of reinforcing what we're talking about, but mainly like talking about the actual code itself, the various terms and things. Okay. Result, you stay visually at 999, but your banked XP keeps going up in the background. What this means for a cap increase. When they ship an updated rank statuses with ranks above 999, your banked EXP should immediately remap to the corresponding rank in the new table. In other words, you won't lose that EXP. You should jump to whatever rank your total EXP qualifies for. So this makes me wonder if this is all going to happen. This makes me wonder where my rank could ultimately end up. I have been doing so much link leveling since 2022 I wish, I mean, I had no idea that that we were going to be at this point. I don't know how much I kept track. Like, I don't think I posted regularly what my power level was or anything like that. Like, I think I only just did this. So I have no idea, but I would imagine that the amount of quest mode that I've done, or just events in general, link level grinding in general that I have done since September 20th, 2022 has to at least double the amount of effort that I put into the grind starting from my first days of Dokkan all the way up until this, easily. So and this is based on no information, I would imagine that my rank, if this is all supposed to happen, I would imagine my rank would have to be at least like 1800. It has to be. It has to be. I have done so much. It would have to be at least that, if not all the way to the max. One technical caveat: with the current late game curve pushing all the way to 2000 doesn't fit comfortably in a 32-bit total EXP counter.
What?
Max 32-bit unsigned is approximately 4.29, is that bytes? EXP total at rank 999 is already approximately 1.59 bytes. Is that bytes? Bits? And recent ranks average approximately 4.35, what the hell is M megabytes per level. So they'll either 1, switch total EXP to 64-bit, or 2, flatten rebalance post 999 per rank, making those steps shorter if it fits. Okay, so I'm not quite following everything here, but from the context of it, I'm guessing that this basically means that hitting 2000 off the jump is impossible because the game is not compatible with such a feat. Hang on a second. So I was talking to my boy Proton a little bit, and wanted to get some more clarification on all this stuff because, you know, I'm a dummy and Proton is a genius. So Proton added a couple of things here. So he was basically saying they could switch to 64-bit and the curve remains the same. So the EXP curve, so this is kind of what I was talking about. The amount of XP that would be demanded for each rank up, it would stay the same and nothing would change, but they would simply go from a 32-bit system to 64, which in layman's terms, they would just expand upon or improve the system. Okay. Another option, they don't switch to 32 bits and instead rebalance all the game's XP around rank 2000. Because let's not forget, reaching rank 912 was half the journey. Yeah. Oh, it was 912. Okay. 900, 912, whatever. Okay. So the curve doesn't change is the first option. The other one is they don't switch and they have to basically readjust, meaning the amount of time and effort that it took to get to rank 900 is no longer the equivalent of going from rank 912 to rank 999. Instead, now getting to rank 999 is easy. You will get there in 10 minutes. Getting to rank 1200 is easy, but not as easy. You'll get there in 20 minutes. Getting to rank 2000 will now be the equivalent of getting to rank 999 in terms of time and effort. That's another scenario. Another option that he listed. The experience is indeed all saved up and everyone on rank 999 goes up to whatever level they would be now, which is what we talked about. And then another one, they do a query for people on max rank that effectively puts them only with rank 999 XP, so everyone starts from their max rank.
Wait, what?
They do a query for people on max rank that effectively puts them only with rank 999 XP, so everyone starts from their max rank. All right, just spoke to Proton again. He cleared things up. Little confusion there. So basically what he was trying to say with the last point was that everyone's extra XP would be nuked, and maybe we just all start from where we are. And apparently, I didn't even know this, he told me the amount of XP that's required to get to max rank currently is 398,382,027,775 EXP points. EXP. The P is points. So yeah, that's it. We'll see what happens. We will see. I'll probably do another video talking about the file size reduction and speculating on how that stuff is going to work. But yeah, I'm eagerly waiting to see what they're going to do with this, because I'm not going to lie. Part of me thinks once I max out the links of all my characters And if they nuke all of that excess XP, now that I know that that concept is already a thing in the game, I feel like it's going to suck the fun out of actually doing all this. I don't know if I'll do it. Then again, I say a lot of things and then I go back on my word, so we'll see. I'm just a fraud. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Let in the comments your thoughts on this whole link level up, the rank XP level up system. How do you think it's going to be implemented? Do you think they're going to be actually paying off all the excess banked XP? Or do you think it's just going to be a new starting from scratch sort of the deal? Do you think they're going to readjust the curve, or are they going to make every level even crazier than before, continuing from where we already are? Meaning, if it took you 4 years to get to rank 999, it'll take you another 8 years to get to rank 2000. Where do you see them going with this? Let me know your own thoughts and ideas. Anything that I've missed, anything you want to clarify, feel free to share in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned, and remember to Dokkan responsibly.